Wow, Charles. So you got out of that. Otherwise, you would have been probably
Oh,
have.
I lost my place. I lost my place.
And she
And
got the nerves to still be trying to get over on you.
right. And then she said, well, I'm fixing credit. I learned how to fix credit. So I'm going to fix your credit so you have access to your equity. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing with you. It's like, okay, there's some stuff on Netflix, right? With a lot of fraud, right? There's one where people were just like, they was lying, they was killing people, and all kind of shit. So there's one dude from Palestine. So that's like where her part of town was, right? So he was down in South America, and he was doing all kind of crooked shit. And then he tried to kill this one girl, and then because he had borrowed money from her or whatever, and then he was telling them, well, I'm going to give her her money back. And then, I didn't see her, da da da. But then the girl survived. Well, he wrapped her up in the thing, and it burned the place up. But then that thing protected her body. And then she had smoke inhalation and shit. So she came back, and then she came back to the house. And then the dude was like, oh my God. And he was like, oh, you know what? I'll pay you back. Meet me out here in the forest and shit, right? You trying to kill her again. And she was like, I ain't meeting you out in the forest. I ain't meeting you no motherfucker where. I met you last time. You tried to kill me. And the dude tried to kill him. And then the cops, they called him, and then he moved out to another country in South America. And he was trying to do it all over again. And then they caught up with him. And they busted him, put him in jail. And then, it was just like, this is not going to get out in a certain amount of years, and we'll do this shit again. And like, and I was like, so then I was watching it, and then what that was doing was making me think about her. Because the same thing he was doing to people, she was grooming me. You know what I'm saying? And then she talked to me like I'm fucking stupid, right? And I'm like, yo, nah, I'm cool. Because see, she came here from Canada, and she just got her citizenship last year. No, this year. In the early part of the year. So she been running under the radar, and all this other shit, doing business and and not paying taxes, and then, then it's like, you flying under the radar. They're talking about, I can't get Medicare, or blah, 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 I can't go to the hospital with this, and she was complaining about her knees are fucked up, her ankle fucked up, her back fucked up, and then she got diabetes, and then her eyesight is messing up, and then I'm telling her, you can take care of this problem. You can lose weight and deal with that, but you ain't. And then she'd be procrastinating. She'd be talking about all her illnesses, and then I'd be like, look, I gotta go. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like Timothy was saying, oh, I got all these problems, but then you ain't doing shit to correct them. You ain't going to die. And I give you solutions like, hey, Kim, if you pay $150 at UCLA, you have to show proof of insurance, and they got to fix whatever the problem they diagnosed. So if they said you got a broken arm or whatever, they got to put a cast on it and take the cast off when it's healed.
Charles, my question is, why is it because UCLA is a what kind of hospital? It's a what?
Hospital.
It's a county hospital.
Yeah, well, okay, so check this out. It's just like UCSD. I just went down there. So they got 2 hospitals. They got a lot of facilities all over, like little places all over in different cities. But the main hospital at Westwood is at UCLA, in Westwood, it's like Beverly Hills. And then this other one I used to go to is in Torrance. It's called Harbor UCLA Torrance. So it's kind of letting you know it's UCLA, but we're in Torrance and we deal with homeless, no insurance, a whole different crowd of people. So like the low end the low lights, not low lights, but just minorities and all that, right? So I'm like, I want to go out to Westwood. I want to meet some doctors out there, right? And so I went out there in this nice, plushed out place, right? So you see a city in La Jolla, it's the most expensive part of town, just like Beverly Hills is. And then they got a hospital in Hillcrest, which is in a shady, it's like an area where people poor and no insurance, or Mexican with no documents or whatever, they can go there. And when after I got out of my surgery, they were like, you can go to Hillcrest because that's closer to you, right? I went to Hillcrest. They couldn't stick me for shit, right? To get blood, because I had to get blood before my meeting, my meeting with the doctors. So I was like, look, I don't want to go to Hillcrest anymore. And then my sister was like, my older sister was in the meeting, and she was like, well, Hillcrest is closer, right? And I was like, I don't fucking want to go to Hillcrest anymore. If I have to catch a bus out here to Warrior, I'll do it. So basically, in San Diego, it's not far. Like in LA, shit, like Northridge, it's 45 minutes up the freeway. In San Diego, 20 minutes you can drive from one side of the town to the other side in traffic. And the traffic ain't really that bad, but they talk about the traffic like it's bad. But I'm like, do you know what LA traffic is? And she's like, yeah, I know what it is. It's bumper to bumper just to go 20 minutes on the freeway to Santa Monica where I used to work. It was 20 minutes in regular freeway traffic, but it was an hour and 15 minutes in the regular morning traffic. And I would take the side streets in all kind of special ways, but it was the amount of gas I had to go in it no matter what. So it's not really bad. But see, out there, the main hospital is a nice area, totally good staff, but then the dark side is over in the hood. They'll have another place closer to the hood, but UCSD is still on the good side of town. But it's like, okay, over there is a gay part of town in Hillcrest. And I don't know if you remember that guy with Kio Versace, right? That gay dude.
Right.
Down in Florida. He's from San Diego in that little area over there. That's where he met. Somehow he met Versace, but he was in there. That was his little roaming ground. So it all came and left from San Diego, and they went on a big ass tour. And he was rolling with Versace, and then he got out into Florida and he killed his ass. But El Cajon, that whole El Cajon Boulevard and that area over there, Hillcrest, is between Mission Valley and the Wood. It's on the south side of the freeway. So anything on the north side of the freeway is upscale. This place, it was up the hill, like literally up the hill. Hillcrest is on the south side of a freeway which splits the city. It's like the economic split of the city. Like you said, over on this side of town is the white people. Well, right here, the 8 freeway splits it, and the next one is the black side, the south side of the city. And the 8 freeway, that cost of houses and all that are very expensive over there. And down here is the hood, you know. It's crazy, man. When you're not learning it, and then your boy tells me he's going to San Diego, he's like, shit, what part of San Diego he's going to? Because if you ain't going to La Jolla, Claremont, like I went to high school in Claremont, so it's all the big cities, like right there. La Jolla, Claremont, Mission Bay, SeaWorld. And after that, you start getting to a different area. It's like, okay, Imperial Valley, it's like mainly Mexican people. As you go south, You go down there by the Mexican border. Mexican border is right there at 805, bro. You like 15 minutes from the fucking Mexican border. It's where we were living. And then you got all the Mexican people living in town and blah, blah, blah. But they got the best Mexican food in the world. Other than Mexico, the Mexican that come there is authentic. So Mexican food anywhere else is like bullshit. And if you look at listen to all the pros, the people, the athletes that came from Mexico, I mean from San Diego, they like, I could not come get some Mexican food.
Wow. That's what they say too, even about Chinese food, Charles, that we get the watered down version, and when you get a version of something, then
Well, because I realized they call it like Asia is across the water from us. You guys are across the water from Europe. So the Russia, the Chinese, the Far East and shit, they're here. That's why when they all came here, they all come to California. So it's like this is the economic trade routes where the boats go across the water. Boom, most of the boats are owned by fucking Chinese. And they bring cars and all kind of shit here.
mm-hmm.
And then San Francisco here, they got some bomb-ass Chinese places. See, I couldn't eat the Chinese anymore because of the soy sauce.
Right.
It's loaded with salt and shit. But they say I can eat it now, but I know a few places I can go. You know, you just don't eat at every Chinese place. You eat at the good places. Now my dog is barking, so I don't know what's going on with her.
I've been hearing her bark all night, Charles.
And I know what it is.
Hi.
I do. Okay, so I go in my bathroom, right? I hear something scratching on the wall. Now, next to my bathroom is the heater, central heater. So it's going out and then out to the roof, and then the ducts are going to different rooms, right? But where that area is, it's an opening to the ceiling. I don't have an attic, so maybe I may have mice or a rat or something, which I dealt with. That's why I had my house fumigated, and all these dead rats and shit, they died. But across the street is some horse ranches. And when I had cats, they used to go over there and kill the rat and bring him over here and put him on a porch. And so when you have, like, it's raining now, it's cold at night, so they're looking for something warm. So now I had my house when I thought I had rats or something. They went and the guys went to all my vents and my roof and everything. Even the vents on the top of the roof where the air goes out, they covered it. They put it, like, secured it so no mice and rats can go into the house. Now, the only thing I think I might have got a rat maybe ran in here is like in the daytime I leave my front door open, but I have a security gate. But there's a crack, not a crack, but a space that's below the screen. So the rats might ran in, but my dog's right there, so she would avoid them. So maybe, like, my wife came home one day, right? And what I do is I was throwing the trash outside in the trash can in the front yard. That one near the house. And then she was saying, she was coming up to the house, and she's like, there's a fucking bunch of mice going in the trash there. So when it is at night or in the morning, whenever, they'll go for trash, right? But the cat, I was feeding the cat so he could stay there, and he would fuck up the rats and mice. But my dog be barking at the fucking cat. He's like, he trying to catch it. And I'm like, yo, you leave that fucking cat alone. But he would sit up high so she can't reach it. In front of my house. And you know, all that shit from that guys, they put that shit out there. Now it's like you can't have stuff that cluster, you know, because rats would come and be chilling, living in something. And like the sofa's out there, and what they'll do is they'll bite through to the inside of it, and they'll be living in the inside the sofa. And so imagine in the morning they're out trying to dig for food or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I did everything that like I put. So check this out. One day, this plumber is fixing the pipe, and he threw away the stucco by the sink, and he left a big ass hole in the stucco, right? So the mice, the rats are running up in that hole and running up to the ceiling, right? And so what I did was I went and got some of this steel mesh. It's like a steel. It's not. It's mesh. It's like you put on your gutters or something, but it's like real like steel. So I took some, I cut it, put it right there, sealed up the hole. Then I got some stucco and I put it there, and I covered that whole area up, and then I covered all kind of holes, like where the pipes would come out of my house and stuff. I was putting the stucco in there to prevent any holes. They said if you got a space of a quarter, the fucking mice or rats can go in those little holes. So I was going around patching everything around my house, every hole. So then, check this out. So I patched that hole, right? So then that night, I got up in the middle of the night, and my other dog, Chanel, the little Yorkie, they're good at hearing animals, like little rats and shit like that. And she used to be barking. Like this dog was barking, she used to bark crazy. She was doing either roof or whatever. So I covered that area up, right? So the rat couldn't get out. So he went down like he was trying to get back out that hole. Together, but I stayed with couple. He was scratching like trying to get out. And you know, he couldn't get out. He was like, so he was like scratching and scratching, and I could hear it. Well, I'm in the kitchen, grabbed the drain, and I'm like, this little motherfucker in that hole, he hit the wall, trying to scratch that part. But the stuff sealed up, and plus I put a metal piece on the inside so he could fuck it up. So then I started going into where the water heater is, and it's like there's holes where the pipes where it used to be.